Last year, the Buena Colts football team finished with an incredible 9-3 record, which included hosting a playoff game for the first time in 4 decades. But last season is gone, and it's all about the 2025 season from here on out. And as the team right behind us is a little over 3 weeks away from their season opener when they play at Cienega on Friday, August 29th, we are here to have a conversation about what this season has in store with his 11th year here at Buena High School. It is head coach Joe Thomas on this episode of Coach's Corner with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by the Morse Automotive Group, Sierra Vista, and Cochise County, backed by Morse. Coach, there's no other place that I want to start than my alma mater for the Coach's Corner journey this year. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. I know the kids are out here getting warmed up. Not that it takes much because it's a blazing hot day today. Let's talk about this. After you have a massively successful season like last year, what kind of strategies are you able to implement to motivate these players to build upon last year's success?
Yeah, well, it first off goes on, the bar is high, right? It's almost like high jump. You get to a certain height. When you get over that, they move it up. You don't stay at the same height, right? It's not limbo where we're going down. It's high jump where we always want to level up. So we started off picking up where we left off and letting them know where they left off, and that's the standard, right? So it's making the playoffs at whatever cost. Right. There was a point where we wanted to just pick up wins years ago. Yeah. Now we're at the point where we want to get to the playoffs, get out of the first round, second round, stuff like that. So our goal is we want to play in that semifinal game, right? We want to get we already got out of the first round. Yep. We want to get out of the quarterfinals. And the thing is, when you let them know where they finished off, then the bar is already set. Those kids that have been in the program, they know where we were at. We're going up, we're elevating. So it's time to level up. And they already know that where the bar is at. Wins and losses, we don't get too caught up in that, because with our strength of schedule, and we have the second toughest in the state, but that's fine. We got a tough schedule with our strength of schedule. Every day is going to be a battle, right? Yeah. Every game is going to be a battle, and we're excited about that. But the kids know where the bar is at, and they know that it's time to get over that bar. And if they get over that bar, then it's a level up again.
Well, let's talk about the kids who are going to battle. How many returning players do you have this season?
Oh, man. So we graduated 16. I think half of those guys were starters for us. We got a good group coming back. I mean, it's like our backfield returns. We lose Andreas and Nash and Emmanuel and Sean and some of those guys, Derek, that did some good things for us. But the bulk of our offensive line, the guys that have the most years with us, they're coming back. We got 2 of the best receivers in Southern Arizona. Transfer quarterback Caleb came in. Okay. Mikey Lujan's going to run the ball well. Tyler Jurdy. I can start naming off so many people. Trent Williams, Cooper Krause, Latavius Walker, Jaden Thomas. So we got a lot of guys that are coming back that have been 3-year starters with us, and we got some guys that are going to do well. So we're excited about this. I think this is going to be our line is real tough. We got real strong in the offseason. Okay. A lot of our guys got faster. So we got a good group coming back.
Well, and knowing you've mentioned the quarterback situation, and with Nash being that 4-year starter for you guys, with a new quarterback at that position, during this offseason, have you kind of changed the offensive system for that person who's going to be under center, or are they working under the same system? Right. Because, again, they're filling in for someone who's been there for 4 years.
So the good news is that, we are Buena, right? We have a Buena way. So anybody that comes in, they have to buy into that way. So this kid that came in, Caleb, he started working with us in the summer, so he knows our route tree. He's getting our plays down. So now, mind you, he's the newcomer. Everybody else is seasoned and they're ready to go, right? So we're not going to mix things up for everybody else, even though that quarterback role is important. Yeah. We're letting him know that, hey, that bar is here. It's time for you to level up. He did good at his other school where he was at. He's a good athlete, so it's time for him to level up, right, and meet those expectations. We slow some things down for him, but he's a smart kid. He picks up well, so I think we're going to be all right.
You talked about the strength of the offensive line increasing. How is that going to help? You had a great running game last year. Right. How could it get even better?
It's got to get even better. Our thing is, we want every play that I call on offense, I expect a touchdown. That's what, right? Does that always happen? No, but that's my expectation. Yeah. When we snap the ball, we hand it off, touchdown. We snap the ball, we throw the ball, I want a touchdown. If not, we're picking up, we're moving the chains, that's fine. But our line up front, they're just going to be that much stronger, right? It should get a little bit easier for us. There's some games, but then with them also being stronger, there's going to be some games to where now we need those guys stronger, so that way they can battle. And some of our games are going to be battles. And if you're going to win a state championship, you're going to have to play every team in the 5A, and you're going to have some battles. And we're going to be battle tested. And when it comes time for the playoffs, we're going to be ready to rock.
Now, you mentioned state championship.
Yeah.
They say offense gets the glory, defense wins championships.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about the defense.
Yeah.
Any adjustments or changes that are happening to the defensive side this year?
Our D, we actually have some good kids coming in. Our D line's coming back solid. We lose an inside linebacker, outside backer. Then we lose a couple guys on the line, but we have a lot of guys that are coming back still, right? So our D line right now, solid. Our linebackers across the board, there's a couple guys that are getting their feet wet, but other than that, solid. Our DBs, they're coming back.
Yeah.
We lose Dyson and a couple other, but we still got a group. So it was fun, looking at it, like knowing the group we had last year, and then knowing when those guys graduate, we're still going to have another good group, which is nice. And now this is the part where some of those younger guys who are juniors, sophomores, they got to have a good season, and that way we can flip it, and then next year we can continue to battle. But it's going to be hard to replace after this year from losing people from last season and this season. It's going to be hard to replace some of those guys, but we're hoping these guys step up and continue to level up.
And that's the point. How important is that for these underclassmen now, the sophomores, even the freshmen, the sophomores, but especially those juniors right now, to find those junior leaders on this team that can be the leaders next year?
Yeah, and they have to see it in some of these guys, and we're looking at them like, hey, that's going to be you next year, right? And you got to be able to set the expectation. You already know where we're going to be at. When Cooper, when he was a freshman, he was just a little skinny kid. Now he's a big old bulky guy. I showed our freshman, I said, that just didn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
That's where he was as a freshman, and then this is where he is going into his senior year. You can also be that. Hit the weight room, right? Lift on your own, come to our workouts, do your thing. So we're just letting them know, like, you just don't snap your fingers and you just ready to rock and roll. Right? There's a process to this thing, and these guys are working hard, and we're ready.
And 11 years into this process, being able to look at it, how it is almost something that's almost rote memory for you now, but being able to work in these new players. How exciting is this?
It's exciting because, at me as a coach, sometimes I'm like, okay, we've been doing this so long, I expect the kids all to know it. If you've been here 1 year, you already know my expectation. We went over those yesterday. If you've been here 2 years, you know 3, 4. You've been here 4 years with me already. All my seniors, they know. Yeah. Right? You ask them, there should be some similarities. Some of them take something different, but there should be a lot of similarities if you ask them about our program, what we have to offer. And the thing is, it's the Buena way, right? We're Buena Colts. We're not anybody else. That's why we don't have the names on the back of our jersey. We have Buena, we have Colts, we have the number. Yeah, they'll call your name out on the PA because you're blessed enough to wear this Buena jersey, right? Not everybody's blessed to do that. You know what I mean? And it's a privilege, not a right. And we love it, and we're excited about it, and it's just,
it's something you earn. You definitely earn it. I mean, that's something awesome. And with that in mind, okay, thinking about primary goal playoffs, any way possible, because when you have that second toughest schedule, I mean, do you have any goals in terms of wins and losses?
Well, obviously we want to have a winning record. Yeah. You know what I mean? You get to, you win 6 games, that's a winning record. So we want to have a winning record. Ultimately, we want to win a state championship, and there's roads to get there. But, we want to have a winning season.
Let's talk about player development, just the players themselves, being able to find that development for them over the course of a season, and especially talking about the off season that got them to this point today.
Yeah, well, you get spring ball, right? Yeah. We got some spring ball time in the end of April and May. We were able just to work on some fundamentals, no conditioning. In summertime, we're doing 2-a-days, 4 practices a day. 2 practices a day, 4 hours, right? We're getting in 16 hours a week. We're on the track conditioning. Then we go lift for an hour, and then in the evening we do our skills practice. So bringing that all in together, I mean, these guys, they're ready to rock. All the guys in the white jerseys are our varsity guys, / scrimmage guys, and all the guys in the blue jerseys are our freshman guys or our JV guys. And they've been putting in a lot of work. And the thing is, when you get them into a system and you get them in a routine, as long as they show up, I mean, they buy into it. I mean, they're gonna be ready to rock and roll.
It's gonna be amazing. So beyond wins and losses, what are some ways that you can measure success as a coach?
There's a kid that comes to me, and he started in the summer. It's a freshman kid. After every practice, he would come and give me, after every workout or practice, he'd give me a fist bump and he'd say, "Thanks, coach." He's just appreciative of my time and what we're doing. We did our camp week, and the kid said, "Hey, coach, thanks for setting this up for us." Those are the off-the-season wins that you carry with you, right? The excitement's happening on the field itself, but it's what happens off the field. And I look at those when the kids are getting good grades, right? When the kids are getting scholarship offers, those are the things that we're looking at that are exciting. When the kids like, "Coach, I got a job, I'm driving for the first time." Those are all exciting things. When you look on their face, honestly, when they can smile, you know that it's exciting and they're good to go.
It's amazing how many milestones you end up seeing just as a head coach. You know, you're seeing these players from 14 and 15 years old all the way to 17 and 18 years old. There's a lot of milestones that happen just in that time frame that have nothing to do with football.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Let me have them water up.
That's right. He's going to yell at
Hey,
me.
water up! Get a break, water up! I got to give them breaks every 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
We try to give them a break.
Good.
Whether we're doing in-deer conditioning, so that way they can water up, get the body temp down, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then because we're going to condition after this. So
then
I'm going to
make sure they're all watered and ready to go. So it is Coach's Corner, brought to you by our good friends at the Morse Automotive Group, Sierra Vista and Cochise County, backed by Morse. Because these players are student athletes.
Right.
Your expectations, obviously, as someone who has gone on to higher education in multiple ways, what are your expectations of the players in terms of academics, community involvement, overall conduct in that neck of the woods?
Well, we're big on accountability, commitment, and teamwork. We've been talking about that forever. We do community service. Anytime the Sierra Vista Parks and Leisure Service needs us to set up for anything, we want to be out there in community, and we want to do without any reward, right? We want to do, and we're fine with a thank you, right? We want to do for others, help somebody out. We did a trash pickup here during our camp week, and just picking up, and we made a little competition out of it, like fill the bag up. They competed with that stuff. But just some of those things. Academically, they got to pass their class, otherwise they can't, right? Some of these guys, it's like we shoot for A's and B's. Some kids take some AP classes, they struggle a little bit. D's and F's aren't a thing. We have mandatory study hall for kids that have D's and F's. We have film session for the kids that are good in their grades, right? We track their grades. Most of our varsity guys, older guys, every Wednesday they'll come, they'll show me their phone, let us know we're in good standing grade-wise, because they got to be able to take care of that, right? Discipline, if they get in trouble, I'm going to know, because it's coming through my office, so we hold them accountable there. Being on time to class, right? Being the leaders. Football sets the tone for the season. It's the biggest sport, brings in the most money, those types of things. And we're excited. They got to represent, and it's not just their name, it's Buena. So we try to hold them accountable on all those aspects. They got to get good grades, especially if they want to go to the next level and do some things also. Yeah. So it's not just about football. You can be the best football player in the nation. If you don't got the grades,
that's absolutely true. Matter. Well, and at the end of the day, once these players finally reach, we're down to our final two questions that you've had thrown at you multiple times through these seasons. The final two questions. Question number one, one day, sadly, all of these football playing days will come to an end, one way or another. Right. What is it about this sport? What are life lessons that your players can learn on this field that will carry them on long beyond their playing days? And I'll go back to the accountability, commitment, teamwork, right? Being accountable, being on time, not just to class, but to work, right? Being committed to whatever it is that you're doing, your job, whether you're getting paid pennies or a lot, you're going to be committed to it. You're going to show up, you're going to work hard, you're going to be on time. And then at some point in time, you're going to be part of a team, right? You got your team right there. Yep. He can't be upset at you because he's videoing and you're doing all the talking. Right? Yes, he can still be upset at me. That's okay.
You guys got to be a team, right? And if you're thinking about it, each team is working towards a goal and a bigger goal that's greater than any of us, right? And then being able to play the game that's bigger than all of us, it's amazing and exciting. But those are
how
things,
it translates to life.
You know what I mean? Working hard, right? We do up downs. Why? Because in life you're going to get knocked down. Yeah. Not physically knocked down, right? But you lose your job. What are you going to do? Get back up. You should be putting in applications, right? You're gonna get rejected at some point in time. Keep asking, right? You need something, ask. You ask 500 people, right? Ask 501 and you might get a yes. So we do up downs. When you get knocked down in life, you got to make sure you jump back up. If this was easy, we would have all the males in the school out here doing it. Of course. Right? Right now, I think they said we had 80 something out there right now. If it was easy, everybody would be out there. So in life, there's things that aren't going to be easy, but if you can make it through a high school football season, there's a lot of things in life that you're going to be okay making it through physically, balancing your emotions, right? You've been in a game, right? Name one football game. I'm sure you've been happy, you've been sad, you've been upset, you've been emotional. You go through all those emotions, right? It's not uncommon. A player, he's mad, he's crying, right? Yeah. Then he's going to smile. It's a game mix of so many emotions. 1 minute I'm happy. 1 minute I'm sad. 1 minute I'm upset, right? 1 minute I'm happy. You know what I mean? It just goes back and forth. And those are all the highs and lows of the game. But when they leave here, regardless of if they play a down or not, through our program, they should be able to have accountability, commitment, and teamwork and be good citizens. So when they're out in the world, they're not breaking into anybody's houses, right? They're not robbing banks. Yeah. They're staying out of trouble. And we hope that we can mentor them and do a good enough job to where we foster the environment here at Buena High School to where they go off and do good things.
Carrying that Buena way with
to.
them everywhere they go. Final question. You know what's coming,
You already
Coach
know
Thomas.
what it is.
You already know. All right, Coach Thomas, it is the question that we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
What is your all-time favorite sports movie, sir?
Remember the Titans.
Why? What is it about that movie?
It's more than football.
Yeah.
It's more than football. It's a diverse unit coming together for a greater good, a greater purpose. And that's what we're excited about.
And I know the whole town, all of Cochise County, especially all of Sierra Vista, is all excited to see what Buena is going to do this year. Coach Thomas in his 11th year. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Coach's Corner. And don't forget, Buena will be kicking off at Cienega Friday, August 29th. And I believe your first home game will be week 3, right? On the 12th.
Yep. And we scrimmage on the 20th at Flowing Wells at 6.
Okay. All right. So those are good things to have. Make sure you mark those down. And if you know someone who puts the coach in Coach's Corner and in Cochise County, just like Coach Thomas does, you let us know in the post description. We want to come and talk to those coaches as well. But as for today, Coach, we're so excited for everything that you've done over the off season, including getting married. Yeah, come on, man.
Got married.
That's awesome. Congratulations on that. And all the best this season. We can't wait to watch you right here on Cool FM Live. It's going to be an amazing season. Thank you for watching and sharing this episode of Coach's Corner, brought to you by the Ed Morse Automotive Group, Sierra Vista and Cochise County, backed by Morse. Coach, love you.
Thanks,
have a great day, man.
Thank you.
Great season. Can't wait.
You
Thanks
too.
for watching. Take care, everybody. Awesome.